in our backyard in Whitby, Canada, about a month and a half before we're supposed to leave on our big trip. Kids are swimming in the pool. Say hi, Ben.
Hi. Hi.
And we just want to give you an update. So, it's been a little while since we've posted another video on our channel, and we've got some things that we want to tell you guys about.
We've been busy. We've been so busy.
Yeah, we've been very busy. Lots going on around here in preparation for our trip. So we have 4 big pieces of news, and we thought since we have 4 pieces of news, we'd give each of the kids the opportunity to kind of let you in on 1 piece each.
So our first big piece of news
is...
we sold our house.
We sold our house. So our first piece of big news is that we sold the house. We told you guys that we had made the decision to sell it, and we actually did it. So basically our closing date for our house is at the end of July, and we are now the beginning of June. So we've got, like I said, we've got about a month and a half to leave the country, and as of the end of July we will officially have no place to live here. So this trip is happening.
Yep. We're gonna go.
So a lot of people, when they're planning a trip like this, we've discovered, don't sell their house, and they instead might rent their house out while they're gone and use that income to help fund their trip. We happen to be in a situation where the real estate market in our area has gone up quite a bit over the last 5 years or so since we've lived in this house. So for us, we just think financially it makes more sense to kind of tap into the equity that we've got in the house and then invest that money and use that to help fund part of this trip for ourselves.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. All right. So big piece of news number 2 is...
we bought tickets to Iceland. Yeah. So Iceland's right there, and we're right like there.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna take an airplane, I think overnight. Are we doing it overnight?
Yeah, we are doing an overnight.
Overnight to Iceland. And the cool thing about Iceland is we're gonna have like 24-hour daylight. In the summer months, the sun is always pointing like this way.
Yeah.
And
Where's Iceland again?
here.
Yeah, so what does that mean for day and night?
And then like when it like the Earth turns for day and night, it's
Yeah.
still gonna get the sun, even if it's on the other side of the world, because it's like at the top of the globe.
Cool.
Thanks.
Iceland.
Iceland. So why Iceland?
I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. No, it just seemed like a great stop before heading to Europe, and we were all interested in going. However, in the process of researching Iceland, it is so expensive. So we are going as a super quick stopover, 3 days, because it is $1 million.
Yeah.
For 3
Yeah, I think like since we are starting this trip in the summer and we do want to see Europe, and it's one of the colder places that we want to go. We want to take advantage of the fact that our first couple of months are going to be warmer weather. We don't want to have to pack winter coats and hats and mitts and things like that. So if we want to do Europe, if we ever want to do Iceland, just kind of geographically speaking, it kind of makes sense to do it now as a quick stopover on the way to Europe, as you said. So that's our first stop. All right, so in light of the fact that we have sold our house and booked our first tickets, the third big piece of news is...
we're selling everything. And we're selling movies and some toys and some dishes and lots of stuff in here.
In here, yeah. It's kind of messy in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are we selling everything, or do you get to keep some stuff?
You get to keep some stuff.
How much stuff do you get to keep?
A little bit.
A little bit? Yeah. So we're going to give each of you boys...
A Rubbermaid bin.
Yeah, and you get to fill the Rubbermaid bin with...
Toys that we want to have at the end of our trip.
Yeah, awesome. So we don't want to keep everything, we just want to keep like the really awesome stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a pretty fair deal? Are you happy with that arrangement?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. Good job, buddy. We're selling everything. So we're in the process of basically liquidating almost all of our possessions. And this is a really, really interesting process. We're not selling absolutely everything, but we're selling, I would say, probably 3/4, maybe even more of what we own. We've got some space in my parents' basement that we can store a little bit of furniture and some stuff, but the vast majority of our possessions we are selling, and we're kind of right in the middle of that right now. Personally, I am really enjoying it. I am absolutely loving this process. It feels really good to be getting rid of all this stuff, most of which we don't even use very much, if at all, and certainly hasn't added to the quality of our life over the last couple of years. And so I'm loving the process, independent of the money that's coming out of it. We are keeping a spreadsheet and kind of keeping track of the money that's coming in from this, just really out of interest. And I think at some point we'll share that with you guys as well, because it is partly how we are funding this travel. But not all of us are enjoying it as much as I am.
I don't love it for a few reasons. It's really busy and stressful. So picture Matt for a second. He's an emergency physician, so he loves having like all these things on the go. He loves stress, and I don't love it. So we have posted all of this stuff on Facebook. We've put together like a Facebook group for all our friends.
Kijiji.
That's
mainly it.
And all these, we're posting things, and phones are dinging.
There's a lot of balls in the air at one time.
And Matt is like cool,
like that.
calm, just like juggling these balls, and I am like hiding from these balls. I don't love this. I will love it when it is done. It is necessary. It makes me feel like
it's totally necessary.
Accumulated so much.
Yeah.
And it's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing when you're selling some things that you haven't even used. Some
Or
of it
you
is
have
brand new.
multiples of
it's
things
crazy.
that you didn't know because you stored it so well that you forgot you even had it. So
Yeah.
it's not the feel good process that it is for you, for me.
Well, I guess
But-
part of what feels good about it is I really like knowing that these things are finally going to be used and enjoyed by somebody. At least that's my hope when somebody else is willing to shell out some money for these things.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so that's our third piece of big news, and our last piece of big news is.
Personally, out of all the other things that we did in the past 2 months, there's one best thing. And it is that we got a drone.
What is this drone, Owen?
So
Talk to us.
It's a Mavic Air.
Yeah.
So
So what are we going to be able to do with this drone?
we're going to be able to take video with the camera that's in this cover. And we can make it follow us. We can control it with our hands.
Yeah.
It packs up super duper small.
Yeah.
And then you just unfold it like I was doing before.
Anything in particular you're excited about being able to film with the drone?
I'm excited to film everything.
I hummed and hawed in the process of getting rid of all of this extra stuff and toys that we thought was going to make our life better but never did. I really agonized over the decision to drop a bunch of money on a drone, but in the end I decided that we would invest in a drone, not really seeing it as a toy but really as a tool in order to make better quality videos to post on this channel. So we've been watching a lot of YouTube videos of other families traveling, and there's just some images and scenes that you just can't catch without a drone. So that's why I decided to invest in one. And fortunately these days they come in a tiny little package that you can fold up and travel with quite easily. So I'm really excited to learn how to use it. And to end this video off, I thought that I'd put together a couple of clips of what we've even already captured with our drone. So this is a little bit of footage from just our first trip to a park in our neighborhood, and then after that we'll put a little bit of footage that we took at my parents' cottage. And that's it for us. We'll see you again hopefully soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Come and fly away with me. 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 Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die. So come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me. We're rising, we're falling, we're making through. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. Somewhere by the Emerald Sea, where the moon and water meet. Somewhere close to harmony, when the world is sound asleep. Something's gonna bring the change, journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and